if you're a health and safety professional and you want to go digital with health and safety, then the best solution you want to pay attention to is Microsoft 365. Now, in the past few days, we've been looking at Microsoft 365 tools and we started looking at SharePoint. Now, today we're going to take a deep dive into Microsoft Teams to understand how that integrates seamlessly with Microsoft SharePoint. So without wasting time, let's get right into it. So this is the interface of Microsoft Teams, and we have the web version, which is teams.cloud.microsoft, and then you can also have a desktop version of it, which I already have it here, right? So basically I have my Teams, and this is actually a personal account, and we have the business account over here. So as I did mention, if you want to have access to the business, the one that supports SharePoint and all of that, they want to make sure that you're on Microsoft Business or Microsoft Enterprise plans. All right, now this is how it looks like even with my app, right? However, let's go back to the web version. And so the web version is not so different from the app. And take note that the app also is on mobile, so we can actually have a mobile version of Teams. Now, this is very, very important because of what I'm about to share with you, which makes everything easy to access both on desktop, on mobile, and even on the web. All right, now what is Teams about? Teams is a collaboration and communication platform developed by Microsoft, and it is part of the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. All right, so these are part of the tools that we use, to basically collaborate with our team members. And this is very, very important because Teams is actually looking like a container for hosting a lot of things. Even documents that are in SharePoint, you can actually host it on Teams for everybody to have access to it. Then again, there can be real-time communication, real-time updates on documents, and all of that. So let's head right into it. So just like what it is with SharePoint, right? We have the same thing with Microsoft Teams. So we have the top navigation bar, and this navigation bar has a search bar which you can use to search for items, either in your messages, files, channels, group chats, meetings, and images. You can search for all of them over here. Now we have the side navigation bar, and this is the main menu item. So we have activity, which is giving you a history of like any activity like notifications and everything. You just click here, you're gonna have a long list of notifications that you're supposed to be aware of. There's also the chat, basically section, and the chat section contains teams and channels, which is very, very important. So we'll be getting into that shortly. And then again, there is a calendar. So all the meeting schedules that you've had, it's all going to be populated here. Things that you've scheduled ahead of time are all going to be listed here. So that's pretty much what it is. Like I have meeting over here on the 30th, which is this coming Saturday, and I have several other meetings that is scheduled. Now over here also is the call section. The call section, you can actually find any person that is within your organization and call the person instantly. And then there's also the OneDrive, and that's simply backing up all the documents that are on your computer. Okay, and then again there's Copilot. So if you want to engage Copilot for basically to answer a few questions or come out with any type of content idea, you can actually do that over here. And then there's the admin center. So the admin center is basically for giving license to people, taking people out of the license and all of that. So you can actually do all of that here. So that is like adding new user or removing a user or whatever. You can do everything over here. And then there's also opportunity to integrate apps into your team. So over here I have some apps that I've integrated into my team, so they're gonna pop up over here as well. Now to add an app, all you need to just click on the plus sign, and that's gonna list all the apps that are in here. And then once you click on any of them, then it's gonna pop up over here. So all you need to just right click and pin it to the sidebar. So when you pin it, it doesn't get removed, it stays there permanently. So I've brought in my Power BI app, which is when I click on it, it takes me to Power BI workspace. Then again I have also my Power Apps, and so once I click on it, it shows my Power Apps that are within my environment. Okay, so that's literally it. Now let's go back to the chat, which is the main section where we're working. Now within the chat, not only within the chat, but in actual fact, every menu item I click on, you have access to the content area. So this is the main content area that has information or the features of the menu item I've clicked on. So if you're in calendar, you're gonna have the calendar over here. If you're in chat, you're gonna have a lot of other information here. Now, as I did mention to you, within the chat, we have team and channels, right? And so team is basically like a department that you've created, and the channels are the subsections within the team. Now, the interesting thing you want to pay attention to is the fact that every time you create a team, automatically it creates a site for you on SharePoint. So that is right here. I have my team over here, and I have the same team showing up in my SharePoint as a site. And so once I click on it, okay, and it takes me in there, and I look over here, you see that this is the same set of folders that I have over here. And so I have digital application, Excel application, online database, and that is exactly what I have here. Data application, Excel application, online database, and it includes other ones like meetings that I've had and all of that. So basically it sort of gives you everything that you need to have access to over here. So the thing is that whenever you create these teams, you can potentially share some files among yourself within the various channels, and so all these files get stored in the respective folders in SharePoint. So this is basically the content area, and within the content area, like the channels, you're gonna have access to these tabs. So you have the post tab, you have the shared tab. You can add on as many tabs as you want. So as you can see over here, I'm in my QHSC management system, and I'm in the policy tab. The policy tab also, I have access to the document that I already have within my SharePoint site. So the interesting thing is that everything that is in SharePoint, you can bring it into Teams as a container for easy access among members within your team. All right, now within the content area, once you click on any of the the items, right, any document, you have access to the details pane. So the details pane is over here, that gives us information about the document, and so we can, there's more like metadata. So the metadata, which is the name, the title, the document code, the document owner, the effective dates, approval status, all of these are going to be here. So they're all within the details pane. All right, so that's really it. So this is really exciting to know. Okay, so we have the side navigation bar, the top navigation bar, the content area, the details pane, and then within the chat you can create teams and channels. So that is really it, guys. This is really exciting. Now I'm going to be showing you how you can create a team and some channels. So I'm going to be creating team for HSC department and channels for various important health and safety activities. Okay, so that is it. I'm going to be showing that in a bit. So to create a team, now take note that once I create this team, it's going to create a site for me. All right, so let's just come over here and click on new team. So once I click on new team, I need to give it a name. I'm going to call it HSC team. Okay, and I can describe it if I want. Now I want this team to be a public team, so anybody can join. If you make it private, you need to sort of send an email to select a few people whom you want to join. You want them to join, but I'll make it public. Everybody can join. And the channels, I need to give it a first channel name. So the first channel name that I'm going to mention, it will be general. So this is where we can be pasting general information. So I just create it, and guess what? It's going to pop up over here. You're going to see that. So that has been done. So I have a team that I just created, and guess what? It's going to show over here. So let me just refresh all, and let's see if it pops up. It's going to take some time, so let's just give it some time. So within the team, I can add channels, right? So let's add a channel for incident reporting. So it's the same thing. I do it over here and I create new channel, and this channel I'm going to add it to a team. So this is going to be added to this team, and so HSC team, right? So I click on OK and I give the channel a name, and this channel will be incident reporting. So I want all the safety officers on my project to send incident reports, and guess what? There are two layouts. You can either choose a post or a thread. So thread is like a chat like feature that enables you to mention people and chat to them instantly, and then post is like LinkedIn feed where people post content in there. So let's choose thread because incident reporting should be much faster. If you don't want a situation where they have to create posts, they should rather simply start chatting. And you need to select a type of channel. So this channel, again, you can have some type of access control. You can say that everybody can have access to it, or a dedicated selected number of people. I just create it, okay, and that's going to create a channel for us, and this strictly for incident reporting. So look at how exciting it is. I can literally create a lot of dedicated workspaces for a lot of things. So let's create another one for inspection. Okay, so I go here and I create a new channel. So you need to come over here, create a new channel, and we're going to assign this channel to the same HSC team. Okay, we're going to call this safety inspection. So every safety inspection should be sort of updated in there, right? So we're going to sort of create the standard channel once again that everybody on the team has access to it. And this one I probably want it as a post. Okay, and that's it. So I'll just create it and it's going to add to it. Okay, so you can create a team, you can create channels within the team. And so let's create another channel, and this channel we add it to the same HSC team, and this one we call it safety audits. Okay, so all the safety audits that they would have to carry out, they need to update it over there, so we know that they've carried out the audits. And so this one also we can call it a standard, and I'll probably want it to be like a post, and then I'll create the channel. Okay, so that is really it. If I like, I can drag this one up so this one comes down. So I have two teams. I have the Shexel team for all my documents and everything. A lot of big moves that I'm taking, and there's the HSC team. So let's go into SharePoint, let's refresh all, and let's see if it has loaded over here. Okay, so just gonna give it some time. It takes some time for some of these things to load, and so eventually what is gonna happen is that it's gonna pop up over here, especially when you start adding documents and everything. Now, what is team without members? So we need to just click over here. If I click here, add members, right? So I can add all the people in my organization. If I need to really send an invite to some type of people, imagine I created a private team. So that's really it. So the fact is that every document that you have on Teams, you can actually have it on SharePoint. You can actually access it in Teams. So this general section, let's assume that I want to bring in a document from SharePoint. All I need to just click on the plus sign over here. I head over to any document I want to bring in here. For example, it could be an Excel file, and so that will sort of, open any part within our SharePoint. And so see how it syncs directly or synchronizes with SharePoint, or it integrates with SharePoint. This is actually our SharePoint documents library. Okay, and so all I need to do is to find, and guess what, the channel that I just created, you see the HSC team has even popped up in SharePoint. You can see that this is general incident reporting safety audit. It's there, but I actually want another site, and so I need to sort of keep going. Okay, let's go to this one. This is the one that I've created long ago, and for that reason I can add a file. So let's just go in there, and assuming I want to bring this file in here, I just click on save, and there we have it. It's going to pop up right there, and so all the members who have access to this channel can actually use this file. Okay, so I'll be throwing more light on working with Excel files within Teams. Okay, so that's really it, as you can see. So let's head over to SharePoint once again, because it looks like it has loaded but it's not displaying. Okay, so let's try to understand. So we click on sites, and it is not showing yet. So let's go to our files. Let's go to it's not showing yet, but it is showing in Teams. As I was showing you, I saw it over there, so it's gonna take some time to load. But let me just try to move again, and let's see. So in my next video, I'll show you when it pops up. Okay, so sometimes it takes some time to show because this was created in Teams. Okay, that's really it. There we have it. It has finally popped up in SharePoint, right? So that's very exciting to see. So what this means is that every time we create a team within Microsoft Teams, a site is created by default. Right. So the difference between these sites are basically the fact that these two sites we have here, we created them in Microsoft Teams, and so they have this group label right underneath it. All right, and these ones were the ones we created within SharePoint. All right, so this is very, very important in our drive towards digitization, because what it means is that every time we have working tools, it is really important that we create a site and load them in there, just because we won't be able to have access to them within Microsoft Teams, which is very, very good for collaboration. So in my next video, I'm going to be showing you how you can leverage various Excel templates, keep them in the dedicated folder so you can actually have access to each one of them within Microsoft Teams. And Microsoft Teams is going to provide us with a controlled data entry system, which I'll be sharing with you in the next videos. I believe that you found this video very insightful. I'm going to see you guys in another video. Bye for now. Cheers.